to Jake Jackets. Gear up to fire the cannon and hit the ice with your host, Jay Ashdown and Jake Gehringer.
Oh, man. Okay, boo this man. Boo Mr. Ashdown. Right off the fucking bat.
What'd I do?
What'd you do? We promised the people.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. If anybody watching this wants to know what it's like dating me, it's promises that aren't kept.
We promised everybody last Tuesday that we were going to give a Trashers review, and this motherfucker hasn't seen it yet still.
In my defense, I have nothing to back up the beginning of this sentence. You know what? I went home, on Friday, and I was going to watch it. I genuinely was going to watch it on Friday.
Sure,
but then I got a phone call.
Right.
Yo, you want to go out tonight? And I was like, yeah, I ain't got any plans.
Bro!
I went out, and I was out until probably like 3 a.m. And
could have watched it at 3 a.m.
I was exhausted at 3 a.m.
Would have been fun to watch at 3 a.m. Dude, you're gonna.
Then I had college football the next day to watch, and then I went back over to the same place, slept overnight. Then I went to the Bears-Browns game. I was miserable, but tailgating was fun at least. And then I had a 3.5-hour drive home.
Fair.
And then yesterday I had 3 classes. And,
Yuck. Yuck.
So.
For anybody on YouTube, shout out to the crab people. I finally got my crab hat in yesterday.
Love to see it. Looks good on you.
And shout out to Jesse for actually making this merch. Like, oh my God. Can't believe he ran with it still.
Yeah.
All my SDPN peeps, you got to join in there.
I need a nice divorce hat from Adam. Just like a hat that just says divorce on it.
Divorce with the question mark, and it's got Adam and CJ.
Yeah.
Actually, no, can we do that real quick before we actually get into stuff? Shout out to CJ big time, because he's doing everything.
Dude, CJ is all over the place, man.
With the show with Julian on the SDPN network, he's doing stuff with the Star. He just got hired at TSN.
And he's breaking every major news out there.
King CJ, man. It's
amazing. Man. CJ's killing it, man. Good for him. I love it.
So yes, Trashers is going to be moved to Saturday.
We hope that it actually gets done.
Watch the damn thing. It's 85 minutes.
85 minutes, man. That's a hell of a commitment.
Dude, if I can make time,
says the guy who's going to watch 2 hours worth of Bachelor in Paradise tonight. At
yeah,
8:00.
Yeah. I've watched it twice already. I watched it this morning because I thought we were going to talk about it today.
Just watch it again on Saturday, and hopefully I'll have watched it by then.
I can't. I probably got to work. I might have to watch it Friday before I go into work at Applebee's. Anyway,
fair enough. Or we could just have this be an ongoing joke.
Just never watch it.
Just never actually watch it. And then December rolls around, people are getting so sick and tired of it. And then I just actually watch it. We talk
crime and penalties.
Oh, that was kind of a weird twist. Yeah.
No, seriously though, for those of you that haven't watched this documentary yet, it's amazing. It's beautiful.
See, I'm good for the people. I'm all about the people who haven't watched it yet. That's why I haven't watched it. I'm watching it. I'm not watching it so others can watch it. So when we finally do review it, they'll know what we're talking about.
Fair enough.
I'm such a great guy. I'm such a great guy for doing that.
Doing that for everybody else.
I'm seriously the most selfless person on this planet.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to mention what we're not going to talk about first. And then we're going to get to the stuff that we missed last week, right after the show ended.
Oh my fucking God. Yeah, of course.
And then we're going to get into some more current stuff. So what we're not, I got these all crossed out. What we're not going to talk about We're not going to talk about the Blackhawks investigation. I know they reviewed their findings and they released them, but we can just read those on our own time. If you're, if you feel like it
Mhm.
and you want to know the details and you're subscribed to The Athletic, obviously they have it there.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about injuries because injuries happen. Because there were a few injuries that came out that
and mainly because I haven't kept up with any of the injuries.
We might talk about one or two of them. We're not going to talk about Jack Eichel because really, other than him getting stripped of his captaincy, until he's traded,
There's nothing new.
Yeah, there's really nothing to talk about until he's actually traded.
Yeah.
In regards to the injuries that we're not going to talk about, I probably should mention Phil Kessel's got a game streak in jeopardy.
No.
Big old Iron Man streak is in jeopardy. He's got a foot injury.
Oh, he's gonna play.
He better play. Trying to see what else. We're not talking about Evander Kane. We're just not. I'm sick of it. Because more shit came out and this guy just can't stop.
Yeah.
His gambling investigation is done and there was nothing there, but there's more bullshit and I just don't want to talk about it.
Do you know what we should do?
What?
Not talk about it.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about it.
I'm a genius. I'm innovative.
And then there were some more RFAs that were names, but we're really not going to go into them like in depth. Like Dahlin got done, Peterson got done with the Kings, Robert Thomas got done.
Mm-hmm.
There are a couple I do maybe want to talk about, but And then there's I think there was one more. Oh yeah, Bertuzzi. We're not going to get into really Tyler's shit because there's another one that's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, him and Mackenzie Blackwood.
Mackenzie just broke, which is wow. Mm-hmm. But we're not really going to go into those two. There's another one that I want to talk about later. But to get to what we missed last week, oh my God. I hope we don't fall into this habit like the Dangle guys do.
It's the first time it's happened to us, so thank God for that.
Honestly, because literally it was like an hour, 2 hours after we had finished recording, and I was processing the video and all of this was going on. Elvis,
2 big deals done.
Yeah, 2 big deals done. Elvis's deal got done first, or at least announced first.
Yeah, and then
Kaprizov finally.
So the Kaprizov one is easy. 5 years, $9 million average annual value.
It's what we all knew expected. He was going to get.
So
everybody knew he was going to get that.
We've talked enough about that. But Elvis, man, I mean, good for him.
5 times 5.4.
I like that deal because this is the Blue Jackets buying in on this guy before he has the chance to really break the bank. You know what I mean? Because if this guy goes out there and does what he says he's going to do, and we've seen the talent, he's been really good. If he goes out and wins a frickin' Vezina or is good enough to be in the consideration for it,
Vezina, please. Vezina, let's go.
He could just he could have taken us to the cleaners as far as money was concerned. But by getting the contract done early, we know where we stand. And the only question now becomes what do you do with Corpy? But they have the season to figure that out.
Right. And I mean, Corpy's gonna be here. It's not like he feels slighted or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing against him or anything like that. It's just Elvis is the guy that they want.
Yeah.
And it's nice that, he wants it too, which is great.
He's another guy who wants to be here.
It's about damn time we're getting these people.
Exactly.
Um, back to because I was opening something else, but yeah, 5 times 5.4. It's actually I think it's a steal because we know what he can do, and he only has
Hmm.
room to grow,
Yeah, you're
especially at
buying in
his
on the
age.
potential.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because we know goalies like their primes are a little bit later than skaters,
Hmm.
so
Yeah, they take a little bit more time to develop.
it's him and Alexandra and Knox and what's their dog's name?
I love that you think that I would know that.
God, I can't remember the dog's name. I wish I did because he's also just great. And it's, they've got a house here and just add another one, add another
Hmm.
family. It's great. As for Kaprizov, yeah, they finally got their guy.
They got him done. They got him locked in. Good for them.
Big check
Big year.
mark. And now all Garen's got to worry about is the buyouts. Honestly, until the
I
monster
still
deals
don't
hit.
get. I still don't get why you did that.
I don't know either, but I mean the Suter one I don't get as much as I get the Parisi one.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like they could have stomached another year of it.
Yeah, maybe. But who knows? Maybe he was looking a little bit further into the future and saying, okay, let's just deal with this now. And,
Right.
I mean, Garen's a smart guy,
He is.
so.
I just hope he's not. I just hope he's not galaxy braining this.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Because all we know is we got Kirill the Thrill in mini,
And
and
I'm
it's
excited
going to
about
be
that. Good for him.
awesome. Yeah,
He deserves it.
absolutely. Did you see Marcus got an A? He deserves that too.
I did. Yeah, he does.
Good for Marcus Flegg. We're gonna get into the Jacket season preview, which is awesome because again, last episode we talked about rookie tournament going undefeated,
Mm-hmm. With
and
the game yesterday.
we had the game yesterday. There's a game tonight as we're recording this as
Mm-hmm.
well, and a game tomorrow against the Blues. So back to back to back to open the preseason, and
It's exciting stuff. I'll see them. I'm going to go to the preseason game next Monday.
next Monday.
That's in Buffalo. Yeah.
Mm.
Because I mean, it's going to be super cheap. Like, preseason, see some of the guys and just, chill.
Mm-hmm.
It's the way you do it.
So we're gonna go over Dom Decision's preview because I think he's doing all these previews.
Big fan of Dom.
Dom's great. Yeah. I don't know how last year, like it was just awful. It's probably the worst it could get. Because I mean, we finished behind the Red Wings for God's sake.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. Pretty rough.
And here we go, 21-22. The projection based off of his numbers. Oh boy. Okay. So he's predicting 78.3 points.
Okay.
Probable bottom 10, 83%, bottom 5, 52, and the last team, 10%. So, hey, at least we won't be last, hopefully.
I don't think we're going to be as bad as people think.
I
don't think we're going to be good.
According to Dom's model here, we have a 4% chance of making the playoffs. Ooh.
I like those odds.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah,
this
yikes.
team
our highest
is one of those teams, man, like they're going to have to be driven by goaltending.
This is ridiculous. Like projected record 34, 37, and 11.
That's a fair record.
19% chance of getting 7th and 64% chance of getting dead last in the Metro. Like the Metro is always stacked.
Yeah, it's always really good. So like getting last in the Metro it's not like getting last in any other division because it's
It's
so freaking top heavy.
yeah,
I
it's not
mean,
like shameful, but at the same time, it's like, bruh.
because you get look. I mean, Penguins and Capitals are good every year.
Hmm.
The Rangers are on the rise. The
Right,
Islanders have been in the conference final last 2 freaking years.
right.
You know, like they're loaded with like really really good teams.
Hmm.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I like his depth chart.
Carolina's really good too. Like it's just
His depth chart's
Philadelphia
kind
will
of
probably bounce
interesting.
back. What's his depth chart?
So his depth chart is this. First line, Boone, Jack, Bjork.
Okay.
Second line, Patty, Max, Voracek.
Okay.
Third line, Gus, Cole Sillinger, and Texier.
So he has Cole Sillinger making this team out of camp.
He has Cole making the team out of camp. And then
I love that for us.
And then fourth line of Hoffman, Corrali, Robbie.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. D pairings are Z and Bean, Gavi and Adam, and Miko and Peak.
Okay, interesting.
So pretty interesting there. And then he's got.
Sometimes I forget that we have Jake Bean.
Right.
I'm very excited about him.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what he can do. Well, because Boki's getting all the highlights, right? Out of the new DE acquisitions.
Exactly. People are very excited about him.
People are crabbing over Boqvist.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw crabs into hype, like just like Emily did everywhere.
Make that like the thumbnail for this video.
Make it a crab.
Just you like, yeah. No, just you doing like the crab thing.
Just because our normal thumbnails are like the logo and then the title on the side, and
yeah.
Because I wanted to call this "Still in the Building" because of Elvis.
Mm-hmm.
Should I just call it?
Just call it.
Just call it.
Still in the building, man.
Still in the building works.
Because like the highlight of this video is definitely the fact that Elvis is still here.
Steele. Yeah. And then he's got Elvis obviously as the starter and Jonas as the backup, which I mean, they're gonna tandem it again, but I think Elvis is still gonna get like lion's share.
Yeah.
That's cool. Like his depth chart's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, we are in rebuild mode, so it's gonna be wild to see what they do. Especially with Zach in the same conversation as guys like Yossi and Kale and John Carlson and like all these really elite defensemen. I want to see Zach make that leap.
Yeah.
And then there's like, ooh. Okay, so Boki's getting compared to Erik Karlsson.
Alrighty, let's calm down a little bit.
That's a little bit of a oh boy. And then they talk about the trade again. This is just walls and walls of text. Yeah, it's funny because like now they refer to the big trade as the Jack Roslovic trade.
Oh yeah, it should be.
Because so far Jack's been the best one.
Out of all of them, yeah, he is.
And it's like, I mean, I love seeing that for a homegrown guy.
Me too.
Which, by the way, we have 3 homegrown guys in the lineup against Buffalo today.
He was kind of like just like a throw-in in that trade, which was the funny part.
Right.
He's the best player.
And they got Jack and Carson and Corrali all in the lineup against Buffalo tonight for the preseason game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's fun.
Yeah. Hope I can see some interesting people when I go next Monday.
Clear. Okay. Oh boy.
There's only one player I really, really, really want to see if I like when I go. I pray that Jaeger is going to play.
Dude, don't him and Cole look lethal?
They do.
Which honestly, okay. So there's really nothing like you can go and read Dom's article if you're on the Athletic, and we can go more in depth on that just reading it.
Hmm.
But obviously, there's guys like Bemer, and there's other, there's plenty of guys that we want to see play.
Yeah.
Bemer, Robbie, Tex, Yegor, Cole, plenty of those other guys.
Bemer had a really good game yesterday.
Bemer was great with that empty netter.
He was.
And they really
I just mean like he was all over the place like for
like
the first
I know
period.
I know it's only preseason, but apparently this is the first time we've ever shut out Pittsburgh. Ever.
Is it really?
Yeah.
God, that's depressing.
Like, yikes. Can we do that this year, please? Like in the regular season?
Oh my God. Oof. That's actually the saddest thing I've ever freaking heard in my life.
I know. It's so sad. So the hashtags. We know a few episodes ago we said we wanted to start El Vesna as a hashtag, right? And I still want to do that.
Yeah, let's do it.
I still want to do that. So everybody that listens to this show, we're using El Vesna. Like all caps, just go for it. But there was another one that I saw get brought up yesterday. I'm gonna give Caitlin at Blue Jackets Bunker or at Bunker Blue credit for this, because I mean it was her idea. Because they were talking about like how the announcers couldn't pronounce Yegor's last name right.
Yeah.
Like nobody could agree on it.
Right.
So
I just thought it was Chinnikov, like.
And people are saying Chinakov and like all these other different like putting emphasis.
And it's like what? Like no, just
different. Yeah, Chinnikov's easy. And like look at the media guides. There's look at the programs. That'll help. So she said that she was just gonna start using Jaeger bomb.
I like Jaeger bomb.
So we're gonna start hashtag Jaeger bomb too. Jaeger bomb and El Vesna are the two hashtags for this year. Book it right now. And honestly, like she even tweeted the artillery guys to say, "Can you make T-shirts?"
Mm-hmm.
And another thing, speaking of like merch, did you see that Matt's going to be doing stuff with Rosie coming up?
I did not see that.
Yeah,
I did not.
It's going to be great.
That's going to be nice.
Sorry for the voice crack. I'm just really dehydrated today, I guess.
Gotta drink some water, my man.
I don't know why, but like my throat's been dry for like days, like way too dry. So I mentioned Max, right?
Yeah.
He is can't remember who exactly said this. I want to say it was either somebody like Wish or Hedger, maybe Svoboda. One of those guys. But he's ahead of I want to say it was Jeff. He's ahead of schedule.
Good.
Yeah.
So we like to hear it. Like, do they know how it's ahead of schedule? Because they said he's gonna be out like what till January initially.
Something like that. I didn't see anything on how ahead of schedule he was, but it's good to see.
If they can get him back like by Christmas, I mean, that's a huge boost, I think.
Big boost, especially like on either side, because like we talk about it either way, like how we have too many guys that could play either wing or center.
Yeah, we need another guy who can play either wing or center.
Throw him in there, and I mean, we know he wants to be a center.
Yeah. And like the earlier he comes back, the better chance he has of raising his trade value before the deadline. If you're so, because I mean, like if they want to keep him, if they think that they can fit him and he wants to be here, then they could sign him to an extension if they wanted to. Right. I get the feeling that they're probably just going to sell him at the deadline. The sooner he comes back, the better that is for what they could get in return, I think.
I mean, when you have, like what we're seeing from guys like Cole in particular, like if Cole makes it out of camp, honestly, why not?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
get a couple assets for
that's such a
Max,
big boost.
and I mean, we know what Sillinger's capable of. So if he can step in and fill that huge role, like right off the bat, so young,
Hmm. Yeah.
it'll be good to see.
Yeah, that's huge. I mean, it's awesome that like there's a good chance that this guy could literally make the roster out of camp.
Him
Because
and Shinnikov,
I didn't
like, oh,
anticipate I didn't anticipate that like at the beginning of the year. Like right after the draft, I thought like, send him back. Same thing with like Kent
send him
Johnson
to, yeah,
going
send
back to
him, yeah.
Michigan, and Corson Coleman's is going to Wisconsin. Like these are guys that are going to take time to develop,
Mhm.
and they're not going to be a part of this roster. The fact that Cole Sillinger legitimately might be is a
Cole
huge
looks
boost.
awesome.
He does.
Like, oh,
I mean, because we knew like obviously you pick Kent Johnson fifth overall. You think that he's going to be the best player of the
mhm,
three that you drafted in the first round. But I
right.
don't think anybody would argue that the most NHL ready of all of them, all the three, was Cole.
I mean, I said it in a previous episode. Just look at his dad. Like,
Yeah.
that kind of helps, I guess, right?
Mm-hmm. There's lots to be excited about.
So yeah, I really, and honestly, if both Yegor and Cole make it out of camp, because like if you listen to Cole's post game from yesterday, and I mean, we're dating these episodes one way or another every time.
Yeah.
But if you listen to his post game, he's already like got the cliches down.
Oh, yeah. I mean, these guys have those cliches down their entire lives. I can assure you that.
Like, I listened to
You watch enough hockey, you should have that down by the time you're 13 years old.
right. I watched Shannon's video on like overused hockey terminology today for like the newer fans and stuff, just to get the hang of some stuff. There's some stuff that I didn't
Pucks
even
and
know
deep.
they used. There's some stuff that I didn't even know they used in that big
Like
old
what?
list. I can't remember off the top of my head, but there's just a few things that I was like, really? That's a thing they say? But no, when he mentioned pucks and deep, I was like, oh my God, that's said like 10 times per
Yeah.
interview. Like,
It's
stop.
Just gotta cycle the puck, pucks and deep.
Keep it going, keep it fresh legs out
Yeah.
there. Played real hard.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the boys are buzzing.
Boys are buzzing. But yeah, Max.
I've been around it too much in my life.
Right. Even at 8 years old, you were like, ugh, sick of this.
Yeah.
But yeah, Max ahead of schedule is great. And you know what else is great?
What?
We have a date for Henrik's jersey retirement.
Yes, we do.
January 28th, 2022. Henrik Lundqvist, forever in the Garden.
I love it. I can't wait for it.
And that's against Minnesota.
It was Minnesota. Interesting.
Wild. So people were
Why'd they do it against Minnesota?
I don't know why exactly, but one
Should done against like the Islanders.
Well, like one thing that I think is kind of nice that people were talking about, both on Twitter and on Discord, was that because it's against Minnesota, Zuccarello is going to be in the building, so there's going to be a little bit of tears there.
Interesting. Maybe they just wanted to do it against a team where they were like sure that like
a sure
95% of
like,
the fans are going to be Rangers fans. Because if you do it like if it's Rangers Islanders, Rangers Devils, like
you're going to have a good mix of people. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe they just wanted to do it against a team that they're like, we want to make sure that like it's Rangers fans.
It's like all that. Yeah. So I mean, good move by them.
Yeah.
And honestly, like we knew that he was gonna be retired like right away.
Mm-hmm.
Like everybody knew that.
Played his whole career with the Rangers.
Never
played a second with any other team. Not even the Capitals.
Well, that's the crazy thing, right? Is like he leaves, and then obviously he couldn't help his heart issues,
Yeah.
which is a shame, but at the same time, maybe a little bit of a blessing in disguise.
Blessing in disguise, the fact that like his whole career was with the Rangers, I think.
Yeah. And again, it's great that they're doing
Plus,
this.
he still got that money.
Oh yeah, he got the money from this year anyway.
He's
Yeah,
still, yeah.
he doesn't need it.
No, he doesn't need it, but like, why not?
But yeah, right away it was like perfect. We already knew this. And honestly, like as a neutral fan, just yes. Just yes.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move for the Rangers, a good move for Henrik. And again, we talked about this when he initially retired, right? Like you want to see him on TV.
He should be on TV. Are you kidding me? Look at that face.
Yeah. I mean, Swede.
It gives him a huge advantage.
I gotta find shoot.
I'm not saying that like every, Swedish person is hot or that you have to be Swedish to be hot.
Right.
But like if you are Swedish, the chances that you're hot start at least 65%.
Yeah. See Alex when he had a kid.
I didn't.
Just speaking of Swedes, him and his fiance had a son.
Talking about a beautiful Swede. Oh my god. That's a good looking dude.
No, Winnie is like we're both straight men. Let's just be clear about this.
Yeah. I don't care. I'll open 100%. Like if I see a good looking man, I'm gonna be like, yeah.
Like yeah, and I feel like girls do the same thing, right?
Oh, 100%. At least the girls I know.
Right. So yeah, it just so
call
happens.
Spade a spade.
Yeah, it just so happens that
or Alex Winberg, you go, oh, hot.
Yeah, it just so happens that about 75+% of Swedes, maybe even 80, are just models.
Are just absurdly attractive, yeah.
Yeah. And then you get the very.
I'm not going to say that every single Swedish person is hot, like I said, but I can't remember the last time I saw an ugly Swedish person.
Right. Especially in the NHL.
Yeah, I'm blanking. I can't think of one.
Dude, friggin', I mean, I know we talk shit about Erik Karlsson and his like playing ability, but that is a beautiful man.
Gabe Landeskog.
Gabe is whoa. Like,
yeah.
Gabe is like underratedly attractive Swede. Like, you know what I mean?
William Karlsson.
Wild Bill always had the flow.
Miss him. I miss him, man.
I miss Bill too. He's just still lighting it up in Vegas lights, and it's good to see.
He is.
Did you ever read that tweet when it was up about the guy that made the move? And he was like, well, it's not that easy. The guy that like guaranteed that they would take Karlsson.
When was this?
This was like way back when somebody, I want to say it was Wish or somebody, said like, man, whoever let Columbus expose Karlsson to the expansion draft needed to be fired. And the guy tweeted at him and said, well, it's not easy.
Yeah. I mean, hindsight's like 2020 on everything like that. Like,
I wish I could have seen that.
I'm sorry, like there's no way that William Karlsson was going to score 43 freaking goals in a season with us. No. Not in our system.
Not with the role that he was given, and yeah. He just wasn't.
It just happens sometimes. Sometimes you give someone an expanded role, and they just do things that you never thought they would be able to do.
Yeah,
he's one of those guys.
I mean, that whole misfit line is still a thing for him between Marshy and Bill and Riley. Like,
yeah,
that's still
good line.
Kind of the identity of their team, honestly.
Hmm.
Like I know that's fading a little bit, but they're still there and they still do their thing.
Yeah, no, it's still like a significant part of the core.
Yeah.
They still like maintain that like energy and identity. Sorry, I'm exhausted.
Anyway, Henrik, yay.
Yeah.
Just get us
God,
back on track.
our,
Henrik,
our,
yay.
our tangents.
I know.
Jesus.
I know. We just talk.
We do.
We just talk. Yeah. Blues made a few interesting hires recently.
Hmm.
Very like I don't even know if interesting is the right word as much as I'm confused. Let's be brutally honest here. I'm confused. Because Peter Chiarelli's back.
Yeah, man, it's 2011. Life's never been better. And
but the weird thing is, like, he's not their. He's obviously not their GM because Doug Armstrong got a huge.
he deserved the
huge raise.
extension.
He deserved
Chiarelli,
that,
man. I mean,
100%.
as like an assistant, like it's not that
He's
big of a deal.
dude. He's their VP of hockey ops. Yeah. I'm just gonna let you stew in the stunned silence for a minute.
It's basically like the equivalent of being an assistant because it's not like he's the president of hockey ops. He's just the vice president.
He's Colin Campbell. Let that sink in for a minute.
Not gonna have final say that. Like it could be worse because like here's the thing. Like for every bad trade that Peter Chiarelli has, he also has another really equally as bad trade.
For every Mikko Koskinen.
But Doug Armstrong can step in and be like, you know what? That's stupid. Let's not do that.
For every Milan Lucic trade, he also has a Mikko Koskinen extension.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the other guy is Ken Hitchcock as a coaching consultant. So not a coach, a consultant.
But yeah, which I kind of like because like he's not going to be in that like coaching role like he used to be, but he's someone that's good to like lean on and everything like that. But
he's still got plenty of knowledge. It's like Brian Burke going to be the president for the Penguins, right? Like his views are still very relevant, but you wouldn't like trust him to coach or run a team anymore. Like, you know what I mean?
Also, his age for coaching has to play a factor too, I think.
Yeah. Like, can he skate anymore? I doubt it. Maybe.
Yeah.
But
I don't know.
But I mean,
here's the thing though. And let's think about this logically. Going back to Peter Chiarelli real quick. You know, for every Taylor Hall trade for Adam Larson, you also have a Jordan Eberle trade too, and a Griffin Reinhart trade. See, for every bad trade, for every like pretty bad trade you have, there's always a trade that could be worse.
Bad news, worse news. Oof.
Because for some reason he loves losing to the Islanders.
And then they lost to Vegas.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough one.
Well, I mean, they took on Griffin in the expansion draft for nothing. And now Griffin's in Germany for some reason.
Yeah. And meanwhile, Matt Barzal is a pretty good hockey.
Yeah. Pretty good.
Did you watch the
and so is Kyle Connor, and so is yes, I did. It's great.
Yeah, it was amazing.
It's awesome.
No, just to the twisting of the knife by Steve in that video, being like, okay, let's say, you know what, maybe they didn't like Matt Barzal. The next pick was Kyle Connor. The next pick was Thomas Chabot. Picks after like, that. There's also
he kept going.
This guy, he just kept going. I was like, damn, Steve, you're burying these people. God damn.
How did he get greenlit for all of that by Sportsnet? Like.
Oh my god, that was so funny, man.
It was hilarious. Into some tougher stuff, but I mean, let's just say, okay, Chiarelli, meh. Hitchcock, good move.
Okay, yeah.
Put a bow on
Agreed. It. Let's go.
There was the story.
No tangents. This one.
Yeah, there was the story that came out in the Athletic yesterday about an incident in the Ukrainian Hockey League with Jalen Smarik.
Oh my god. Blech.
Can we stop this?
Yeah,
Like,
that was ugly. That
Can-
shit was ugly.
listen. Okay, so for anybody that missed this, what's his name? Like
I
Des-
don't know. His name's not important.
Desmovich or something along those lines. Some Russian Ukrainian player.
Bitch.
Desmovich, indeed.
Yeah.
He after like in a scrum made this weird racial gesture to Jalen Smith, who's obviously an African American or African Canadian player,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And it was like the dumbest thing because it was what was it? It was like peeling a banana.
Mhm.
It was really, really stupid.
Yeah. Really super racist. I'm surprised that he just didn't get the absolute living hell beaten out of him.
Well, that's the thing
He would've
too,
deserved it.
is I'm looking at the headlines from this. Oh yeah. So first of all, let's address this. Smerik was a former Coyotes prospect.
Mhm.
Let's say that. So he's got ties.
It always comes back.
It always
comes back to Coyotes.
Somehow.
What the fuck, man.
How are we a Blue Jackets show and yet we talk about the Coyotes more
Oh
than
my
anything?
god, we talk about the Coyotes way more than anybody else. This is ridiculous. How the fuck does everything come back to the goddamn Coyotes? They haven't done anything in the last decade, and everything comes back to the
know.
Coyotes. I swear to God.
I know, it's weird. Anyway, okay. Back to former Coyotes prospect Jalen Smerik. Subject to this gesture in a scrum.
Mhm.
Like, and I mean, he could tell that it was directed at him, right?
I mean, I can't think of anybody else who it would be directed at.
Right.
It is brutally bad.
Yeah, and there's this other article that came out this morning, like just adding on to it, that he is taking a leave of absence. Smerik is. And he said that the player that actually I do have his last name in here, I think. Oh no,
Let's not even say it though. He doesn't deserve to have his name said.
Well, no. But so he says that the player that made the gesture should be essentially banned. And
Should be.
yes,
Should be.
he's right. So the
Absolutely.
wrong player is, taking leave right now.
Mhm.
Like Smerik should be playing.
And I hope.
And I mean, I know
hope
it's
that,
like in protest, essentially,
yeah,
but
100%.
at the same
And I
time,
hope that like this time period that he takes off, he can like just you like I hope that he can like just sit back a little bit, heal a little bit, and
relax.
I hope things get better for him. I hope that they do the right thing.
Yeah.
I hope that he is getting absolutely nothing but support from
Oh
everybody
yeah,
in the league. He
I know-
deserves it.
I know Tic Tac Tomar said a thing. He had a tweet a day or two ago when this like initially broke,
Mhm.
and he was like, "It's
JT
2021."
Brown came out.
Yeah, JT Brown said something. Tomar or Omar was like, "It's 2021 and we're still doing this shit."
Yeah.
Like, we just had the whole thing with the Hockey Diversity Alliance in the bubble and
Hmm.
all of this other stuff going down. And Black Girl Hockey Club is making their emergence known and all of this stuff that's helping.
Hmm.
And this is happening now?
Yeah. People show their true colors, man. It's a shame.
Well, it's sick. I'm sick of it. I mean, I don't care. I will support an NHLer as long as, you support each other.
Hmm.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah. I agree.
And this goes for just hockey in general too. Let's just support each other. And we talked about this last episode with the Olympic stuff. They're trying to internationally grow the game, and they can't do that if this is happening.
No, you can't grow any game like if you have racism as deeply rooted in it as you have it. Like it's a big problem. It's been a problem for a long time, and I like
Willie
that there's
O'Ree
efforts
and
to.
Larry Kwong. It goes all the way back to those guys.
Yeah, I like that there's been more efforts to try and fix it and get
Mhm.
better over time.
Right.
And it's just the unfortunate part of it is this is still something that's going to come up.
I can't wait.
It
for the
takes
day
time
that-
and it
yeah.
sucks. It sucks.
And we just keep resetting, and that's what sucks. Is like
Yeah.
we keep
Yeah.
like every time we think we're making a step, it comes right back to the middle, and it's like, can we please just
Yeah.
go forward?
One step forward, two steps back, it feels like. But
Yeah, I know we said we weren't going to talk about Bertuzzi and Mackenzie with the vaccination stuff, but Bodie Wild is all over right now with his,
yeah.
and now he's just not going to get it. But the big thing here is that Lou is pulling a Lou's pulling a Sopranos move, essentially, and just you don't go upsetting Lou Lamoriello.
You don't. Didn't he get like assigned somewhere today overseas?
Yes,
Like they loaned him.
He basically got kicked over into Sweden. He just got completely booted, like banished out of camp and into Sweden.
Well, hope you enjoy Sweden. The people are beautiful there.
Played games, win handsome prizes. Is that the same? No.
I'd love to get kicked over to Sweden.
Oh man. So what I'm trying to remember, because you said something earlier about like just making, oh yeah, Shirelli, where he's like making one move that turns into something worse.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention, I don't have a good way to segue this, but I just wanted to mention Tanev and Cappy again on air.
Yeah, that might be your worst transition yet.
Yeah, honestly,
So
I'm
speaking
tired.
of trades, Brandon Tanev.
Speaking of speaking of trades, trading headshots. I'm trying to make up ground. Come on, help me.
Kapanen's headshot. He did a pretty good job. I'll give him that.
No, because like
Tanev's is even funnier this year than it was last year.
Honestly, because he's trying to recreate it, but he's like trying not to laugh.
Exactly. That's what makes it like so funny. Is like just like the tiniest little bit of a smirk he's got in it.
I know he's got a little smile, and he's just like, and his eyes look like wider too.
They do.
Like his pupils look so much smaller.
I respect it.
But then I texted you Kapanen's because I was like, did you see it? And you were like, no. And I was like, he looks legitimately like mortified.
Yeah, like he looks like he actually just saw a ghost.
Like, oh my God. I just wanted to bring attention to that because I love it. And it's hilarious.
It's newsworthy.
It's just fun. And I love that everybody's rolling with it. Again,
Me too.
Because I love the Kraken's tweet that posted the headshot and it was like, if you know, you know.
Right.
It's great. It's so good. We made emotes, or no, there's this guy on the Discord that has them in like his personal stash or whatever. And he has one for he has one for last year's and one for this year's.
Ooh.
What?
I like that.
Oh. Yeah.
I do. I like it. Like just having like the emotes like available on Discord is kind of sick.
Well, because it's only his, so it's like every time he reacts, then everybody else jumps on it. So now I'm mad, and I'm like, please give these to Robert or somebody to make them accessible to everybody else. But no, MVK is like hoarding. Yes, I'm gonna call you out, dude. He's hoarding these 10 emotes, and I'm like, bruh. You honestly need to join that server though, and we need to have some fun in there.
Send me the link.
Oh, dude, go on the website.
Okay.
Yeah, sdpn.ca. And no, we're not affiliated. It's just we're just talking right now. It's like right there.
Fair enough.
And then you can like send me a friend request or whatever.
Okay.
You'll know where I'm at. Anyway, so going from a former Penguin and a current Penguin to another current Penguin. I know we said we weren't going to talk much about injuries, but Gino is going to miss 2 months with his recovery from knee surgery.
Didn't we already talk about Gino?
We talked about Gino before, but I don't know if we had like a timetable for it.
Perhaps. Yeah, they'll miss him.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially without, I mean, without Sid too. It's like, who's your first line center? Like Rust, maybe Teddy, with both of them out.
Right. Do you know what I kind of want to do for a podcast? That'd be funny. I know this is so random, but this is so like I just want to do a podcast where like I just sit here and I add like nothing. Like I add like 1-word answers as my input.
Just like Ovi and Gino.
I agree. And the reason I think it's fun because like I think it was a couple of weeks ago, but Jay Cutler on his Twitter said he tweeted he was gonna live tweet one of the games, and do you know what he did? He like went into it. It was like, yeah, I can't wait. Gonna live tweet this game. And then 3 hours later, he just had one tweet, and the tweet was, "What a game!"
Well, it's like what we talked about with when we talked about Connor a couple episodes ago, and we were like, we want to see Gino and Ovi do like a McGregor style
Oh my God, that'd be
pregame like that,
incredible.
where they're just like two things we agree on: vodka and refs dog shit.
Yeah. 3 things we agree on. We
Oh,
also agree on I'm score.
I am score. The vodka we like and refs dog shit. Sammy Niku, you know how he got bought out last episode?
Yeah, where'd he go?
He's in Montreal for a year because everybody's going to Montreal.
Yeah, you know what? I like that. That's a nice Victor Mete replacement. You know
Honestly,
who they could have used though as a Victor Mete replacement?
is Victor Mete?
Just Victor Mete, just
Yeah.
not letting him ever go.
Man, I hope they both have good years this year, though.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm trying to see. I think it's just league min. I don't have term in my notes.
Yeah, it's 1 year, 750,000.
750. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, good for Sammy because he got bought out and then just like boom, week later he's in there.
He's a project, but he could be worth it.
Oh yeah, I think so.
Like I said, it's like dating me. Project, but could be worth it. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know.
You just got to deal with your weird fandoms.
No, it's a lot more than just that.
Fair enough. For me, you got to now deal with some crab people shenanigans.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else. Is there anything you want to just chit chat about to end it, or like?
I don't know.
Because I don't really have a good way to end today, other than yes, we're finally gonna do Trashers on Saturday.
Well, let's not make that a promise.
Well, you said you're gonna watch it with your buddy on Friday, and I'm gonna hold you to that.
Yeah. But if I don't do it, just remember, I'm not great with promises.
I'm gonna fucking hold you to it.
Fair enough.
I'm gonna hold you to it. Like,
fair enough.
No, I gotta send you the clip. I think it was in the trailers and stuff. That's just I told you about the equipment manager.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got his big old cigar, and he's just like, you don't tell Jimmy to go fuck himself, and then he takes a big old puff. Spoilers, anybody. But yeah, the equipment manager, this guy Papacello, is bonkers.
Can't wait to watch it eventually. We'll see when I do.
Eventually.
Eventually.
Hopefully by Saturday.
Right. Hopefully by Saturday.
But yeah, we'll
No
be back
promises.
Saturday.
I promise you I will, but no
We'll
promises.
probably like start changing up format a little bit
Yeah.
over the next couple of weeks now that we're starting to get back into the swing of the season. We'll start talking about cuts. We'll start talking about like players that we liked,
Mhm.
in game now that games are being played.
Yeah.
And then obviously we'll have like around the league headlines and stuff. But we're hopefully within the next couple of days gonna have more of an actual Jackets focus.
I don't know. I disagree. I feel like we'll find a way to make this about the Coyotes.
Shout out to all our friends, the Artillery, 614, UK Blue Jackets, all of our friends over there, Hockey Hound, all you
Yeah.
guys. Obviously spread us around, get us in front of more
At
fans.
by Jay Ashdown on Twitter.
At Snake Geringer on Twitter.
At Ashdown J on Instagram. Like the recent photos.
I mean, I'm Snake
I look
Geringer.
incredible in them.
I'm Snake Geringer everywhere, pretty much. But yeah, follow us on Twitter, and obviously in the corner we've got our show's Twitter handle at J_J_Jackets pod. Getting the plugs in.
Yeah. Gotta plug them as much as you can. Most importantly, plug my Instagram.
YouTube, Spotify.
Everybody like my beautiful face.
Subscribe to the YouTube, subscribe to the Spotify. Soon I'll try to get us more places, but we'll see you Saturday.
Jake Jackets, a podcast for fifth liners and all puckheads around. Follow the guys on Twitter at Snake Geringer, GARRINGER, and at by Jay Ashdown. And subscribe on YouTube or wherever you listen. March on.